How's it going, everyone? Welcome. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about Wayfinders and the recent shift as of late on how the game direction is going to go. So without further ado, let's get into it right now. Alright guys, so we're going to go over the topics on how Wayfinder is shifting away from the MMO free-to-play genre into a paid game. You pay what you get. There's no microtransactions. There's no season passes. This is pay and play, kind of like Monster Hunter, kind of like an ARPG. No pay to win factors. You kill enemies and then loot drops. This is how the game is shifting versus how the game was, where you have to grind to even level up a weapon, grind to even get a character, go through the season pass just to unlock a character. That all is going away, and now it's going to be a pay to play game. Pay money and you get to play the game. You don't have to worry about paying to win and stuff like that. But let's go over this article that I saw on Steam. It says, Wayfinders, as previously mentioned, upon initiating the transfer to service from Digital Extremes was the people that published the game. They're the people that wanted the game to push all these microtransactions, etc. So, obviously get more money and capitalize off that. Digital Extremes is the company that develops Warframe and Soulframe that is coming out in the near future. To Airship Syndicate, the team began thinking long term, how do we go about improving Wayfinder while keeping the game alive forever in a sustainable way? Removal of online requirements. This has been something that bugged and I think really killed Wayfinder was Wayfinder. How the queues would last like hours and hours. When this first game came out, the queues were freaking horrendous, and you would just play the game for like an hour and get kicked and get pushed way back in line, have to wait another hour or two just to get online. I think that's what really put the nail in the coffin of this game. People didn't want to wait. People were frustrated. People got their money back, and I think that really put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths about Wayfinder. I know it's an early access, but that was something else. I guess it was the people who did Warframe, Digital Extremes. Those people like tried something new with servers and stuff like that, and it did not work out. That's from what I heard from one of the developers that I think Asmongold was interviewing. That's what happened. It says Wayfinder is removing all online requirements and will be a single player game with optional 3-player co-op. No queues, no login, no accounts. You can choose to play solo on your Steam Deck while on the go or engage in peer-to-peer co-op with friends from your home PC. We realize this is a big shift, but a necessary one to guarantee that the game is around forever. This also means that all progress will not be carried forward due to saves being local and not on the server. This major change will be the basis for what we're calling Wayfinder's Echoes update. Let me go over that. This also means that all progress will not be carried forward due to the saves being local and not on. Okay, so there's no more servers. So that's going to eliminate everything like no queues, no login and stuff like that. All right, so definitely more ARPG. One price, not microtransactions. Removing the online requirement wasn't our only major change. The industry has also shifted in the recent years. Obviously, a lot of people are not liking live service games. With more and more games coming out, they're all fighting for players' time and attention. Players have more to play than ever, and they're being asked to log in into multiple games to check their daily quests, look at the store rotation, and drip feed content. That's smart, man. I don't like that. I don't like how a lot of players are realizing this and getting away from it. People don't like battle passes. I think if you play just a solo game, if you're a one game Andy, battle passes are your things to go. If you're just playing one game, battle passes are your thing for that game. I wouldn't do battle passes if you like playing multiple games. It's not going to work. It's going to mess up your time. You're going to feel like you're pulled in many different directions, and you don't want that. Players today are more apt to outright purchase a game they know is full content and also respect their time. And the Echoes update will be charging one price, $25, in the early access, increasing upon full release. No in-game microtransactions or in-game purchases, just one price. Founders who have already purchased the game will have access, and all the exclusive items included in each pack. All Founders packs will not be going on sale. That's good, because Founder packs were expensive. For anyone who supported us by purchasing in-game Rune Silver, will be converted that Rune Silver into in-game currency used to acquire exclusive cosmetics. That's cool. So I guess there's like maybe a shop that you can buy stuff at, an in-game store. It says major gameplay changes. I haven't read this. Major gameplay changes. These aren't the only changes though. We've touched every major system in the game, and as a result, the gameplay is not only more refined, but through our various playtests with those outside the studio, the game performs and plays better than before. Some of these changes include all weapons becoming randomized drops with various slots, armor now having stats and being collectible. That's cool. Thousands of cosmetics and housing items available to collect, the removal of the grind to get new characters, ease requirements of awakening characters, increase housing item limits, adding 4 difficulties to choose from, incorporating traditional RPG talents into your progression, and much more. This update will also launch with the latest Wayfinder Grendel, as known as a brand new hunt and the new overland zone, 3 times the size of our last, that's overflowing with content and points of interest. When can I play? What a lot of people are asking. While we have a lot more to share on these changes in the coming weeks, we also felt that the actions speak louder than words. Therefore, will be a soft launch in the Wayfinder's Echo changes on May 31st. From this point forward, all online requirements tied to Steam, including all player data, will be removed, and the game will be available to anyone that currently owns any version of Wayfinder on Steam. Oh dang, so it's like a clean white. Wayfinder will once again be available for purchase on Steam Early Access on June 11th. These changes will come to PS5 later in the year. I have the PS5 version, so it sucks I can't try it out sooner. And we'll keep players updated once we have a concrete timeline. PlayStation 4 support will be discontinued, with the PS4 version being upgraded to PS5 with no extra charge. In the meantime, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 players can continue to access the game as normal. Relaunching in early access as a single platform also allows us to be more agile and make changes at a faster pace than before. We plan to leave early access later in 2024, but during that time we'll be adding gameplay refinements based on the feedback, a new Wayfinder, a new location to explore, new expanded housing, and more. Also formally announcing that Wayfinder will be coming to Xbox Series X and S during early access, and will provide an update on timing later in the year. This is a new zone, obviously. The roadmap, the path ahead. We know that the path to get here hasn't been easy, and the game has had a rocky past. It sure has, to say the least. We also know that this wasn't the original game that we envisioned or that our fans bought into. When faced with the reality of where we are, we saw our options as shutting the game down fully, as other online games have done before, or making this pivot and releasing the Echoes update. During this process, we quickly came to the realization that we're making a superior game for both current and future players. We love to support Wayfinder for years. We have ideas for additional characters and new content, and we have the intent to do so. The players demand it. Wayfinder finds a new audience. I'll definitely check it out and play it once it drops. For everyone here at Airship Syndicate, our fans and supporters have been irreplaceable. All the comments and support has helped push us to make Wayfinder the best it can be, and make sure it's here to stay now and forever. So look at the timeline. May 31st, Echoes release. June 11th goes into early access for $25. Echoes update for the PlayStation, summer 2024, and then fall be released for everything. Leaves early access, price increase. My thoughts on Wayfinder after I read all this. Like I said, I briefly skimmed through this earlier this morning. I think it's a good shift for the game. I don't think this game was going to be a great online MMO. I mean, the ambition was there. The gameplay is fun, but I think this suits the game way more than any other game. I mean, this team has released and made Battle Chasers, which is a super fun game, if you guys can see it right here, and Darksiders Genesis, and also a fun game that I had fun with. So this company knows what they're doing. I think they were a little bit too ambitious and maybe needed more time in the oven, and maybe if their publisher didn't back out and really had a better start to this game, I think this game would have done better. Maybe not to be so much story focused in the beginning, because they just dumped so much story and before you even start playing the game. I think that was also another thing that people didn't like. The grind was freaking crazy. So I think this is a good shift for the game. We'll see where it goes. I'll definitely try it out when it releases for PlayStation. Since I bought it on PlayStation, I can't play it for Steam yet, but I don't know. I just want to make this video because I had a lot of hopes for this game. I I was super hyped about this game, and I was just let down overall. I played a bunch of hours this game. I did the content. I don't know. I think this is a better path for this game. I think it'll be much better and more interesting to me with the drops and not having to grind your butt off for hours just trying to upgrade and find materials for your weapons. That earlier in the game with MMO, you could just buy items and just boost your weapons and armor. So I think this is a good shift for the game. We'll see. I know a lot of people are mad because a lot of people paid for the $150 bundle, the Founders Pack, and expected many seasons and stuff like that, and they're not going to get that money back, I don't think. Or maybe if they did it through Steam, maybe they can. I don't know. We'll see. I think about a lot of people did pull out when this game was like the first week. It was just terrible with the Wayfinder and the logging queues and stuff like that. But I love you all. Let me know if you guys are interested in this game and the shift that it made. It definitely took me by surprise because I thought this game was dead. Even when I jumped on the game when it did a bunch of updates, it still didn't feel like how I thought the game could feel. Maybe it'll feel better now. Definitely big plus with no login times and stuff like that. Just like jump into your buddy's game and just play or just play solo. All right, guys, stay risen, stay rising. Love you all to death. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe if you want. Till next time. Peace.